am Dr. M. Kavitha, Assistant Professor, Department of History, SFR College for Women, Sivagasi. Now discuss about Anglo-French rivalry, mainly 3 Carnatic wars. The main objectives discussed in background of 3 Carnatic war, then causes of the wars, what were the main treaties signed between Britain and French, then what was the impact and significance of the Carnatic wars. The background of the Carnatic wars, Anglo-French rivalry in India was essentially on extension of the long-standing hostility developed between England and France. First started in Europe, that is the border disturbance between the England and France, that is the War of Austrian Succession and the 7 Years' War. Another important rivalry started the commercial competition between 2 countries. Then the political fragmentation of India. These aspects only, there was a conflict arose between Anglo, Britain and French. The first Carnatic War was started in 1746 to 1748. The first Carnatic War was essentially the Indian side of the War of Austrian Succession that erupted in Europe 1740. The French and Britain found themselves on opposite sides. There were 2 important personalities were involved in the first Carnatic War. The Joseph Francois Dupleix, he was the French Governor General of Pondicherry. Then Major Lawrence represented the British military interest. The main course of the war is the British naval attack Pondicherry in 1745, but Dupleix successfully defended against it. The French received reinforcement from Mauritius under Admiral La Bourdonnais and captured Madras from British in 1746. Even though a small French army under Captain Paradis defeated the Indian force at the Battle of Saint Thom near Adayar River in 1746. This battle exposed the critical weakness of Indian armies compared to the European forces. So the British attempted to recapture the Madras and attack Pondicherry but suffered heavy losses. The first Carnatic War came to an end by the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. The first Carnatic War concluded both the War of Austrian Succession in Europe and the first Carnatic War. Under this treaty, Madras was returned to British in exchange for the French fortress Louisbourg in North America. So the impact of the first Carnatic War was proved to be an eye-opener for Europeans enter in India. The war brought out the importance of naval forces of Anglo-French conflicts in the Deccan. The second Carnatic War was started in 1749. The second Carnatic War mainly for rivalry in trade and territorial expansion in India. Another important thing is the first Carnatic War revealed the weakness of the Indian administration and armies. For example, in Hyderabad, Nasir Jung claimed the throne as the rightful son, while many believed Muzaffar Jung was his grandfather's favorite and designated heir. In Carnatic, after Anwaruddin's death, the power struggle was emerged between Sanda Sahib and Muhammad Ali Khan Walaja. So both the problem in Carnatic and Hyderabad, the alliance was formed. The French was supported with Sanda Sahib and Muzaffar Jung. The British supported Muhammad Ali Walaja in Carnatic and Nasir Jung in Hyderabad. So at the end of the second Carnatic War, various battles were signed between Britain and France. The first, the Battle of Ambur in 1749. In that, the combined armies of Muzaffar Jung, Sanda Sahib and French defeated and killed Anwaruddin at the Battle of Ambur in 1749. So the Muzaffar Jung and Sanda Sahib victoriously entered Arcot, with Sanda Sahib became the Nawab of Carnatic. Then Muhammad Ali fled to Tiruchirappalli and sought the British assistance. In the following their victories, Muzaffar Singh became the Nizam of Hyderabad. Both the rulers rewarded the French with extensive territories and significant monetary gifts. Next, siege of Tiruchirappalli. In 1751, Sanda Sahib supported French and moved from South Arcot to attack Muhammad Ali in the fort of Tiruchirappalli. In this, the British also sent their additional troops to Muhammad Ali. So but they were defeated at Valikondapuram and retreated Tiruchirappalli. Next, siege of Arcot in 1751. During that period, Robert Clive was Governor General. He successfully seized Arcot, and in the Battle of Arani, the English and the Maratha ruler Murari Rao also faced the force of French troops and forces of the Nawab of Arcot. The Treaty of Pondicherry was signed in 1754. By this treaty, both the companies agreed not to interfere in the quarrels of native princes. Each party retained territories actually occupied at the time of the treaty. Then Muhammad Ali Walaja became the Nawab of the Carnatic. Next, Third Carnatic War. The Third Carnatic War was started in 1756. That was that time the 7 Years' War was erupted in Europe. Once again, there was a struggle between England and France. In 1758, the French army under Count Thomas Arthur Lally captured the English fort at Saint David and Vizianagaram in 1758. So the British had significantly strengthened their position through territorial gains, particularly the Battle of Plassey in 1757 and control of the whole Bengal region. That time, capture of English also captured Musolipattinam under the Admiral D. Hatch. So the Third Carnatic War was led. During Third Carnatic War, the English army was led by General Eyrehood, then completely destroyed the French army led by Count Lally and imprisoned Marquis de Bissy. The end of Third Carnatic War, the major engagements and British success were the capture of Chandranagore in 1757. This was the significant blow to the French influence and demonstrated the British naval superiority. Then the Battle of Plassey in 1757, the Clive victory against the Nawab of Bengal and his French allies at Plassey in 1757. It also strengthened the British resources as well as the British capacity to fight against the French. Next, siege of Madras. That time Count Lally, the French commander, attacked Madras. Lally forces failed to capture the city, particularly the lack of adequate supplies and support. So finally the Battle of Vandivas, in the Third Carnatic War, the Battle of Vandivas was more important, which was started in 1760. This is also the French army attempted to regain the fort of Vandavasi, that is Vandivas in Tamil Nadu. After the Battle of Vandivas, the British captured Chetpat, then Dindivanam and Perumugal. But the French lost all their Indian possessions including Pondicherry, Megi, Chinji and Karaikal. See, the Third Carnatic War concluded with the Treaty of Paris in 1763. Under this treaty, the Pondicherry and Chandranagore were returned to France. The French were barred from fortifying these settlements and stationing troops in them. Then they were permitted to conduct trading activities. At the same time, France also reduced their traders in India. So the Treaty of Paris, establishment of supremacy in India and consolidated their position in first British Empire. The significance of the Third Carnatic War was the French was totally eliminated in political and military influence in India. British emerged as the dominant European power in India. Thus, the British won the Third Carnatic War and the British established their strong power in India. Thank you.